Hello, Paul from Embroidery Source and ES Digital here. Today we're going to have a quick look at creating cut lines around a script font. Now that's a little bit different to a normal block type font or block type alphabet or font because of the connecting lines. The connecting lines in a script very often overlap. So when we create the cut lines around them, we get a cut line around each of the individual letters, and those cut lines overlap. I'll show you how that looks. So if I select the text now and right click on the cut contour color, you'll see just here in between my letters I have a cut line around the end of one and around the beginning of the next. Okay, it's probably not going to make that much difference to the finished job, but it would be much better if there was no cut line there at all. So press F4 to fill the screen again. I'm going to take away my cut line by right clicking up here. Now you'll also notice that where the stems connect between the C and the R and the I and the P in this particular font, they don't connect very evenly. There's a little bit of a dog leg there, which doesn't look so good. So what I'm going to do is, with those letters selected, I'm going to go to the Arrange menu, choose Shaping and Weld. Welding will join all those overlapping letters together as one object. Okay, so now we've got nice smooth lines between them. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to give it a thick black outline, or what we call a bleed. So I right click on black to give it a black outline, and then I'm going to thicken up the outline by, I can either click on the pen tool here on the left hand side or double click on the pen settings here on the bottom right. So let's say I go to the pen tool and I choose a 2mm outline. You can see that fattened up my letters straight away. Now one thing happened there I want you to take notice of. You'll notice just here under the eye there's like a little jagged spike that has protruded out from the outline there. Now one way you can get rid of that is to go to the outline tool and change from square corners to rounded corners. Click OK and you'll see that spike has gone now. Okay, so we created a black outline around our script, we fattened that outline up, and that's what we're left with. Now the next thing I'm going to do is select it again, and I'm going to create an exact duplicate of it right on top of the original. So Control D, press Control and then D. Looks like nothing happened, but I actually have two of them now. If I drag it down, you can see I've got two of them. Click Undo to put it back. And now with this second one, we're going to do two things. We're going to take away its fill by left clicking on the cross at the top of the color bar. Doesn't make any difference, but you'll see in a second what happens. I take away the fill, and I change the outline to the cut contour color. Now it'll be a very thick outline because remember this is a duplicate of the original and we changed the original outline to 2mm. So I right click on cut contour and then I double click down here, or I go back to the pen tool and I change it back to hairline. And there we have it. You can see now we have the bleed, the black outline around the edges that we created by thickening up the outline of the original, and then we created a duplicate. And on the duplicate we took away its fill and we gave it a hairline contour in the cut contour color. F4 to zoom out. Last thing to do is to select everything, Control A, and export either as a PDF or an EPS file. Thanks for watching.